Welcome to musicmoveit.com, and today we're going to talk about how to get a hold of people without bugging them. Basically, it is hard in the music industry to get a hold of certain people because one, they're busy. Two, they're just bombarded with unsigned artists trying to get promotion or attention or things like that. Now, I'm talking about times when you're trying to get a hold of someone to either could be a program director at a radio station, whether it be college, internet radio, satellite, regular terrestrial radio, things like that. It could be trying to get a hold of someone to review your latest album. It could be trying to get a hold of someone to do an interview, whether it be on TV or through the papers. Now, all of these things you're going to find when you're doing things yourself as an indie artist. It is hard to get a hold of these people. It really is. Because like I said, they're just busy. And these people tend to be rude at times if you're not careful, or they may have an attitude, but you got to learn how to work these people. I used to work at an indie record label. It was a nationally distributed indie record label. And the owner was always on our ass. One of my jobs was to call radio to try to get, artists, singles in rotation, things like that. And I'm telling you, it was so hard to get a hold of these program directors. I'd call the station, ask for the program director. 9 times out of 10, they would just send me to voicemail, whoever was working the front desk. And, I'd leave a message, wouldn't get called back half the time. When I did get a hold of someone, they were kind of rude. Like, you could just tell they were busy. So it's just hard dealing with these people. And the owner, we would have weekly meetings. And he'd ask us, why aren't you getting a hold of these people? And he'd be all mad, and he'd be like, I want you to keep trying these people until you hear them on the phone, things like that. And we're sitting here, all the other employees are like, these people are impossible to talk to or get a hold of. I mean, it's not all of them. Some program directors at radio and things like that were pretty nice, easy to get a hold of. It just depends, So, for me, my advice, when you're trying to get a hold of people like that, if you're sending them music, don't just send something out, whether it be email or, sending a snail mail press kit to someone. Don't just send it blindly. You want to get their permission first. Don't send unsolicited material. That means they don't know it's coming. Because 9 times out of 10, they're just going to toss it to the side or throw it out. Or if it's through email, of course, it's like spamming, basically. So always email or call first, or send a letter even, to see if you can send something in for review, for possible airplay, possible interview, things like that. Always do that first. You might not get a hold of people, but when you do get a hold of people, it's the best way to go. Then, once you send something out, whether it be whatever medium you choose, email, you use an electronic press kit, through snail mail, whatever it is, give them a little time to get it and review it. Then do a follow-up email or a call, maybe like a week later, depending. You'll kind of know a good feeling of when a good time to do it is. Do a follow-up, whether it's email or call. Call it's a lot of times it's best to call people because you want to have that interaction one-on-one. It's better than an email sometimes. So if you can't get a hold of them by phone, send a nice email. Don't be rude. Just be like, hey, this is such and such, or hello, this is such and such. We spoke last week and I sent you a press kit, or I sent you my new album, and I was just making sure you got it and wanted to see if you had a chance to listen to it. Something like that. Real nice, real professional. Always leave your contact information at the end of an email or a call. If they still don't get back to you, wait another week. You got to give them time. If you blow their phone up, if you blow their email up, they're going to hate you. Because I learned that lesson a long time ago when I was just starting out trying to get my records out there years ago. This is like the early 90s. And I remember blowing this guy's phone up. And the guy called me back. He was like, do not blow my phone up. I was in a meeting and this and that. And I felt like a total dick because that was the stupidest thing to do. Because I was like, he's not answering. I just want to make sure I could get through. So I kept calling him, every half hour or something. But this guy was pissed. Don't blow people's phones, emails, whatever. Don't blow them up. Don't constantly call or whatever. That does not work. So do your follow-ups. Give it a reasonable amount of time. If they like your stuff or if they seem like they're interested in reviewing you or whatnot, they will call you back. If they don't, you can't do much about it. You can't stalk these people. It's just all, you want to be professional. Now, if you get a hold of someone and they decide to review you, they decide to play your music on a station, or if they help you in any sort of way, always send a thank you to them, whether it be through email, whether it be a letter. Send them a thank you. I used to actually send, like if I got reviewed, even if it was a bad review, that's another thing. I mentioned this before, I believe, in another video. But say you get reviewed in a newspaper or a magazine or a blog, even if it's a bad, shitty review, still thank them. Don't be like, nah, fuck them. Thank them still. Don't say anything condescending, nothing negative, just thank them. Be like, look, send them an email or whatever saying, thank you so much for reviewing my record. I really appreciate it, blah, 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 blah. If you send them a thank you, even if it's a bad review, you will be looked at as more professional. Because you got to have tough skin in this industry. I mean, not everyone, for every one person that likes your record, there'll be 10 that don't like it. So you got to remember that. Always send a thank you. It's important. That way you don't burn bridges. Because you know why? Because someone who gave a negative review the first time around, your next album, if you thank them before, they'll be more willing to review again because they know you're professional. And then maybe they'll give you a good review the next time. You get what I'm saying? Always be courteous. Always be professional. Send thank yous. A few times I've even sent thank you letters with a bouquet of flowers. If it was like a woman reviewing, just as a nice thank you. And, it depends on what they did for us or what they did for me. So get creative. Get creative with your press kits too. Like I remember, a press kit is basically, it's usually a folder. Inside is your business card, your bio, an 8x10 photo, or it could be color 8x10, your press photo as they call it, and usually your album or your single that you're trying to promote. You send it through the mail. There's electronic press kits now as well. So, but if you're still doing the physical ones that you send out through mail, get creative with it. I remember this one artist, I can't remember what it was, but his whole theme was like biohazard stuff. And I remember seeing his press kit, and the folder had like a bio warning type thing on the folder. It came with like some kind of biohazard plastic bag that the CD was in. It was really cool setup, and it stood out. I remember thinking like, wow, I'd read this first because it actually stands out. It's creative. You got to think outside the box. But back to the point, trying to get a hold of people is going to be hard. Don't get discouraged. Don't bug them to death because it's not the way to be. Be persistent, but be persistent while still giving them space. You don't want to be up in their stuff constantly like a stalker. You don't want to spam. Be courteous. Do not burn bridges. And these people will look at you as professional. So that's what you need to do, for real. Now, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And subscribe if you haven't yet. I know I've been gone for about 2 weeks, but we doing some vacationing with the family. And I'm back. So expect a video or two every week. And leave a comment. And I will see you next video. Thank you. Thanks for watching my videos, and I wanted to tell you about a few things. I'm going to leave some links in the description below, so make sure you take advantage of them. I want you to check out and download our ebook. It's a step-by-step guide to release your own music from start to finish. Check out the link below. It's called Release Your Own Music, a step-by-step guide. Download that today. Also, Jango Radio. It's a streaming service like a Pandora. And they're doing a special offer with me where they're giving artists and bands 100 spins on their streaming station. You just got to click the link below. You can only use this link to get that offer, and you must be a new Jango user. It's an excellent opportunity to get your music out there to more people. Check it out, click the links, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.